morning, world. This is the 5th Ward Wildcat.
And this is KG, bringing you the 4th installment of the KG and 5th Ward Wildcat podcast. Well, sir, let everybody know who you are.
This is...
And let everybody know where they can find you.
Oh, right. Here we go. You can find the 5th Ward Wildcat at AKSV, the CSR, on Twitter, and www.aksvthecsr.blogspot.com blogger. I am a member of the King Arthur production crew. I run by the byline of the College Sports Reporter. King's Side View is the paper. It is in print and online at your at 18 of the Fiesta stores and other outlets here in the Houston area.
Y'all moving up.
Oh, yeah.
I am KG of the Houston Roundball Review, owner and founder. My website is www.houstonroundballreview.com. On Twitter, the hashtag is THEHRReview. On Facebook, got a fan page as well, Houston Roundball Review fan page. Got a YouTube channel also, Houston Roundball. So let's get at it. What do we want to talk about first? We want to talk about Yao Ming's retirement first?
We'll go with that.
Let's keep it simple.
Yeah.
All right, this morning, 1 o'clock Houston time. Not sure exactly what time in China. No disrespect to Yao or the Chinese people. But Yao Ming officially announced his retirement from basketball and the NBA. He thanked many people, thanked the Rockets organization, some teammates. He made comments directly to the city of Houston, thanking the fans of Houston. He also remarked that he will always be a Houstonian, thanked them for helping him grow into becoming a man and not just a basketball player. It was a nice press conference. Daryl Morey, Rockets general manager, was in attendance since the NBA granted him permission to be able to attend the press conference. That's so nice of the NBA to allow a grown adult to attend a function. Am I being sarcastic? Not really. But to get the gist of my conversation with the NBA, and it's no contact from team officials regarding active players in the NBA. But now that Yao's retired, that no longer applies. But Daryl Morey was there. He had a comment as well, remarking on Yao's hard work, his tremendous work ethic, which he did not see in almost a lot of players. But it was well done. Translated, could have been better. But that article is on my website, HoustonRoundballReview.com. You can see it as well. Let's get your thoughts on the first time you saw Yao.
Huge guy, very huge guy. I remember the workouts that the team, his junior national team, had come to Phoenix during the summer for the BCI Nationals. And
real quick, let me stop you right there. He's about 15 right there, right?
Yeah.
There wasn't there rumblings about Yao if he did come play college ball playing at the University of Houston?
There was a lot of rumblings, basically because what it boiled down to was where was a large contingent of Southeast Asians in the community, and where there was a large contingent of fellow countrymen on campus, where he would feel comfortable. There also had to be, just like with the Rockets, there had to be access to for a translator or whatever to be amongst the staff and the travel, and it had to be provided. So you basically, what the Rockets had to go through, a college program would have had to also be required to provide all those entities. This kid, tall as he was, he's still playing. I don't know when. He was sort of like the first time I saw Shaq. Wasn't quite as strong, but just developing and just going about his daily routine. It was interesting to see how his teammates, pretty much at that point, just like the NBA players have, they've all gravitated to him, because he was just that kind of guy. And
great sense of humor. Great sense of humor. Oh, sharp wit.
The one thing that was really funny was when they would walk into the arena, all these folks would be looking. They would basically everybody would stop watching, noticing, and everybody on the team was all tall. And what has been their moniker now, even then, most of the Asian teams do not have point guards that are capable of transcending a team, taking a team and manipulating offense ideas.
What type of guard play is their weakest position, no question. But
you get the ball down on the block. Just like with here, when we saw Yao in the pros, he had an ability to do what needed to be done to stand out away from teams. And guys, high school kids, they do what they do. They open up their mouth, they scream and holler, they point, they look, they laugh. But at some point, you still got to play basketball. And the one thing that they knew how to do was spread them out, get to a half court, and force you out of your comfort zone. Because we all see it, even now. Run up and down the floor, scream and holler, pass, dunk, get back. But when it's a half-court game, you got to have a shooter. You got to guard out on the wing. And if you miss an assignment, you will get burned.
Is Yao a Hall of Famer?
Yep.
For his
contribution to the game.
I agree. I don't think there's any debate on that.
Well, that's the reason I asked you that first day. Do you think he'll get the phone call? And I said then, compared to especially having that witness introduction ceremony here in Houston this year during the Final Four, I notice now the difference between ball players and contributors. I understand why contributors get into the game because it was explained that morning. And Yao is a contributor because what he did was transcended basketball out of two continents, not just the game itself, but he changed the mindset as far as how we look at basketball in other countries. We don't have the same, they'll never be able to play on this level. Yao proved he could. He just didn't have to stay healthy because the 3 or 4 years that he was healthy, this was a different ball team.
He was dominant. Watching the big analyst Shaquille O'Neal yesterday talk about the first few times he went against Yao, and he remarked just how tall Yao was. I mean, Shaq 7'1", but Yao towered over Shaq. And Yao blocked Shaq's his first 2 or 3 shots in the first game head-to-head matchup here in Houston, which was an awesome experience. I mean, the atmosphere was electric. The place was packed. Media was in attendance. It was a place to be, and I felt privileged to be there. So, Shaq talked about Yao's attempt on, I think it was a fadeaway. Shaq said he had his hand outstretched, and the shot, Shaq wasn't even close to the shot because that's how tall and skilled Yao was to be able to get the shot over a 7-footer. So Yao had skills. He was a great player. His career was cut short by injuries. I'm not going to get into all the hate that he received by some people saying he was soft, he was this, he wasn't that, whatever. When it came time to score in the low post, Yao did a very good job, especially considering he had teammates who did a piss poor job of getting the ball, feeding the post. That's another area of discussion. I talked about that quite a lot, a long discussion on
we only got 30 minutes
feeding the post.
We try to keep it. We try to get to the subjects now.
So do you want to go ahead and broach this topic that has been a source of discussion and contention, consternation in the last few days, and we'll be careful of what we're going to mention
because it's an ongoing investigation. We're talking about the sad.
It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy. David Salinas, the death of David Salinas,
who is a Cougar booster, who was a Rice booster. He was a part of the summer programs here in the area. he sponsored some teams and all to travel and select teams, because that's what they were called now. Houston Select was the program. A lot of guys got the opportunities through these programs to make it to the next level and to succeed. The best way I can describe what's going on in my mind and all publicly, it's just a sad ending to a somewhat successful life, and a person that had actually put forth an effort to do what needed to be done during the summer to keep kids from keep them out of trouble. You know, he pointed them in the right direction. You'll hear a lot more success stories out of this situation than you will hear failures, because David was just a likable guy, and that's how I want to phrase it. It depends on, you know, where your mindset and how you read what you see, what's being printed. But wait until the story is finished.
I agree. Well put. You know, it's an ongoing investigation, and I guess as we speak right now, it's solely an SEC, as in Securities and Exchange Commission investigation, not the football version or athletic version of the SEC. Yesterday evening, ESPN.com's Andy Katz quoted someone saying that it was not going to be an NCAA investigation. Excuse me. However, our own colleague Mark Berman of Fox 26 Sports interviewed Moses Malone Jr., and the article is on the website for everyone to check out on myfoxhouston.com. Plug for them. I got no problem giving credit where credit is due. And based on some of the comments from Mo Jr., I would be stunned if the NCAA does not get involved at some point based on some of Moses' comments. So we'll see how long the investigation lasts. The SEC is involved right now because apparently it involved bonds, not necessarily, some folks say it was not a Ponzi scheme. It involved, investments from college coaches to David Salinas' investment group. I don't know enough about the terminology to know the difference between Ponzi scheme or that's involving bonds, so I wouldn't have given all those discussions. I didn't know Salinas directly, and I knew of him, of course. When I first started in basketball circles, I started dabbling in the high school AAU grassroots scene, and I deviated away from that since then. I know enough people who knew Mr. Salinas and who knew the family, know the family. So condolences to the family. Hope everything works out for the coaches involved. There's apparently a lot of money involved. Coaches, the folks made investments with the investment group. So we're not going to, get into any negativity or any rumors, any window about anything about that. We just wanted to, mention it during this podcast and go from there.
Be mindful of what you read.
Exactly, because in the span of roughly an hour, because ESPN, I read the report on ESPN.com about 9 o'clock. Berman's article was 30 minutes before that. Apparently it's on timestamps. So one says no NCAA investigation. The other one says things that lead me to believe that there will be an NCAA investigation at some point. Who knows how long that's going to take. And we'll see how it all plays out.
Other than that, I want to deviate away from that subject right now, only because it's like you say, it's an ongoing investigation. We don't have all the facts. We just have some of them, and we just witnessed 2 big trials in our finishing with the facts. So best I can tell you is stay tuned and be mindful of where and who you leave in charge of your kids and all during the summer.